All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday, June 4th show here of the Early Bird Betting Show. Of course, my name is Pace here from the Coda Cappers Network at Coda Capper Pace on Twitter, and alongside me, like every single day, of course, is Comb Dog. There we go. I always mess up, Kyle, so sorry about that. You can find him on Twitter, of course, KOMMDOG. So, Kyle, how are we doing this morning? You're hot. I think you're 10-3 in your last 13.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad. I've been doing really good as lately. Just hoping to kind of keep it going. It's too early to get cocky at the moment, so I'm just trying to enjoy the moment and keep it rolling. So we're doing all right.
Absolutely. The standings, of course, for the June contest haven't come out yet. You can find those at Coda Cappers there on Twitter and Facebook. But Kyle, the early line here is you're up pretty big. I'm still waiting to hear back from one of the Cappers on his table tennis match. He made a table tennis play last night, and I'm still trying to figure out if it won or lost. It was kind of confusing, but right now I think you're ahead of the pack by a pretty good margin there, Kyle. And again, like you said, it is only the 4th of June, but it's always good to start out hot.
Absolutely. And a couple of the Cappers are down big right now, but it's about how you bounce back is the most important thing. I've always been told it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
There you go. Absolutely. So, again, thank you for everybody watching. Comment, like, subscribe, get in the chat. Tell us your favorite bets for today. If you're looking for Kyle's and our favorite bets for the day, you can find us on Twitter. You can go to the Coda Cappers Network there on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Coda Cappers, and you can find everybody's favorite bets for today, June 4th. It's Friday. It's good day, Kyle, and it's good day to make some money. So let's kind of start in the NBA here as we have, 2 games, I believe, in the NBA here. 1 game, the Clippers at the Mavs. Last night, obviously, we saw the Trailblazers go home. We saw the Lakers go home. Man, that was an ugly game early. They scored 14 points in the first quarter. The Blazers led most of that game. I think they had their largest 13 points, I think, at one point in the second half. Nuggets come back and get that series win, 126-115. And the Suns, a true 2-seed, are moving on. LeBron looked lost. AD started, but went out of the game, never came back, and they won 113-100. Devin Booker, 47 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. LeBron James, 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. So, Kyle, real quick, any recap from those 2 games last night?
LeBron really, really disappointed me last night. And the reason he did is because there was so many times when I think towards the end of the game where he would, rather than hustle back on defense after a miss, he would just stand in the backcourt and just argue with an official and walk back to the front court. It's like you're supposed to be setting an example for all these kids, and you're walking and complaining to the officials when you're down big and you know you're going to lose. Like, that's no way to do stuff. So I was really, really upset with LeBron last night.
No, I agree. Again, that's one thing. LeBron was, 14-0 in his last 14 first-round series. You know, if you lose one, it is what it is. At least just don't go out in that kind of style, right? Give it your all, give it some effort, right? And even with no AD, LeBron is one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and he just, not getting back on defense. There was a series there where LeBron, I think, missed a shot, complained to the refs. He just stood on the other end of the court. Same with KCP, and Devin Booker went down, had a wide open three-pointer, knocked it down, and that was just kind of the tail of the tape right there. Devin Booker hit couple big threes early in the first quarter, and the Lakers just could never recover. The over finally does hit, I think, the first time in 6 games there, so that did hit, but the Lakers just couldn't get it done there and go back to LA now. And now we have another team here, Kyle, from Los Angeles that could be bounced tonight as the Clippers head to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. The Clippers -3 on the road. They trail the series 3-2. The over-under here is 216.5. The only NBA game here tonight on Friday, June 4th. So, Kyle, what are you looking at here in this game?
I think tonight's going to be the last first-round game. I think the Mavericks get it done tonight. The Mavericks just have absolutely no answer for Luka Doncic. He's just been kind of all over the place on them. I think, especially at home, I'm surprised the Mavericks are underdogs at home. But I think they get it done tonight, and I think that's the end of the first round game. So I like Mavericks +3. I also like the money line.
All right, I like it there. I like the over here in this contest right now, and actually, I've been going back and forth. Over, under, over. I'm going the under here, Kyle. 6 of these last 8 meetings between these two squads in the regular season have gone under the number there since mid-March. And the Clippers' last 21 outings have failed to eclipse the total, with the last two falling an average of 22.7 points below the number. So with the Clippers season on the line, I think there's going to be a big crowd here in Dallas. There's going to be some great defense being played. So I'm going to take the over here of 216.5. I also don't hate sprinkling a little bit of the Dallas money line there. You can get some nice value there, as the Clippers are the road favorites. But Kyle, again, like you said, this could be the last first-round game. And if it is, we kind of have a cool thing here at the Coda Cappers Network going into round 2, if this does end tonight. All of us cappers are going to random draw some numbers. We'll live stream it, and whatever number you pick, that's the number of draft pick you get, and then you can kind of roll. You can pick whatever team you want. If you get the first one, if you want to take the Hawks, you can. If you want to take the Bucks, you can. It doesn't matter. You have that first round pick there, and that's who we'll cheer for the remainder of the playoffs. So we kind of thought of that last night. Yeah, it should be fun. Just some more content to throw on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook and YouTube, of course. So should be fun. And the winner, I don't know. We'll think of a prize that we can give them, and because I don't think any of our cappers, Kyle, are really favorites of the team. I know you were the Celtics fan. Obviously, they're out. B-Russ is a Cavs fan. They're not here. I'm a Timberwolves fan. They're also not here. So I don't think any of us cappers have a team remaining in the NBA playoffs.
I think DJ's a Celtics fan too, so
okay.
He's obviously out. Soup, I think, is a Lakers fan.
Okay, is he? All right. Okay.
I think. I don't know that for a fact. And I don't know about Wnba.
Yeah, Wnba just hates the NBA in general.
Okay,
so
fair point.
Yeah, he is not a big NBA fan. He thinks it's rigged. He hates betting on it. He hates watching it. So hopefully he can pick a team. Maybe he'll get stuck with the Hawks or something and cheer for them. So nice little content there that we'll throw out there after the first round. So like Kyle said, this could be the end of the first round tonight as the Clippers take on the Mavs. The Clippers, of course, -3. The over-under 216. Kyle thinks the Mavericks all the way. I might sprinkle the Mavericks money line, but my play here is the under of 216.5 in this contest. There we go. Kyle, we also had some NHL games last night. Every night in the NHL has been fun. We had an overtime game, the Bruins and Islanders. The Boston Bruins now go ahead 2-1 as they stole one at the Coliseum 2-1. And the Hurricanes got it done in overtime as well. They are not going to get shut out here as they trail the series 2-1. They ended up winning that 3-2 with 1 goal in overtime there. So a lot of good hockey being played, of course. And tonight we have 2 games as the Montreal Canadiens are back at Winnipeg, and they lead this series 1-0. The Jets, though, -115 at home. The over-under 5.5. And then at 9 o'clock, the Colorado Avalanche looking to go up 3-0 on the road against the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The Colorado Avalanche -120, and the over-under here, Kyle, is 5.5. So out of those 2 games, where are you looking to put your money?
I like the Jets tonight. I think that the Canadiens played really, really well at Winnipeg to start. I don't know if that'll continue because the Canadiens, Carey Price has been playing really, really well for the Canadiens. I don't know with this Jets lineup how much that'll continue, if they're going to look to be a little more aggressive tonight. I think they do. So I like the Jets money line here. And I said it on Gambling Feud. I think Colorado's the favorite to win the Stanley Cup. And DJ said it's a bold prediction. I really don't think it is. Colorado's been playing a lot of really good hockey. I don't think they've lost since probably mid-April or something like that. So, they've just been on a heat streak. I like Colorado tonight, especially -120. That's not a lot of juice to take. I know Golden Knights are playing at home, and Colorado barely snuck one by, but I do have much respect for Marc-Andre Fleury. I think he's been playing really, really well for them. And when he's in, that Vegas team is just completely different. I don't know why he's not in more than he is, but I like Colorado here. I also like the under of 5.5 in this game. Like I said, these 2 goalies have been really, really solid as of lately. Now, if Marc-Andre Fleury wasn't starting tonight, I might lean over because, like I said, they're just not the same team without him. Yep. But with him starting tonight, I do like the under 5.5.
All right. I like it. I'm actually going to go the little opposite way of Kyle here on these 2 NHL games. The Jets will be without one of their best offensive weapons in Mark Scheifele, I believe his name. Obviously, he's getting a 4-game suspension. If you watched game 1 there, the Canadians got a open goal there late in the contest when they pulled their goalie, and Scheifele just kind of came in and just dominated, just pretty much laid out one of the Canadians after he scored that open goal netter there. So I'm gonna take the Canadians here. I think they can go up 2-0. The Jets might feel a little pressure here, obviously without Mark Scheifele, their biggest offensive weapon. I think they're going to struggle a little bit, and it's going to be tough to overcome that if he's going to be gone for 4 games there with that suspension. So I'm going to take the Canadians here. I took them in game 1. I'll take them in game 2, and I like Montreal to go up 2-0. In this other game, I like Vegas Golden Knights at home. They played well in Colorado. Game 2, they really probably should have won that game. So many damn chances in that third period, just couldn't get it done and lost in overtime. So I'm going to roll with Vegas Golden Knights again at home. I think they're not going to get swept, so I think they can get this one, probably lose the next one, and then probably lose the next one after that to get, it's a gentleman's sweep 4-1. But I like Vegas Golden Knights at home. I like the line there, so I'm going to roll with a couple underdogs here in the NHL tonight, Kyle.
That's pretty ridiculous, in my opinion, that Sheffield got that 4-game suspension when that one dude from the Rangers really literally cross-checked the dude in the neck and got absolutely nothing. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I question that too. I figured it'd probably be a suspension just because Sheffield kind of came up on his skates a little bit and kind of carried him to the sky. But 4 games, man, especially in the playoffs, that's a lot of time to miss.
Yeah, NHL has been pretty bad as of lately. And like I said, with that Rangers guy getting no suspension and with him getting a 4-game suspension in the Stanley Cup, the NHL's got to figure it out. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. Just doesn't, not a lot of common ground there. Just kind of very interesting. So kind of raised a couple eyebrows, I know, on Twitter for sure. And even the NHL commentators I was watching last night, they agreed that he should have been suspended, but thought the length was kind of ridiculous. 4 games, especially, like I said, in the playoffs already when we're already 2 games, or this will be the 2nd game. So there we go. There's our plays in the NHL. Of course, thank you for, listening, watching, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Coda Cappers on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Of course, you can find my best bets for today, June 4th, Friday. Of course, gotta love it on Friday into the weekend here on Twitter at Coda Capper Pace. And of course, you can find Kyle on Twitter at KOMMDOG, and of course on the network there too. So Kyle, we have 15 MLB games here. We'll just kind of take them 5 at a piece here, and no early games. So our first game here is at 6:05 Central Time. Oh, this is going to be a good one, Kyle. A little rivalry action. The Red Sox taking on the Yankees. Yankees minus 115. Going to be must-watch TV. I don't think it's actually on national television, which is kind of interesting, but the Yankees at home minus 115. Over-under is at 9 as Michael King goes for the Yankees and Nathan Eovaldi for Boston. 6-2 with 4.01 ERA. At 6:05 Central Time as well, you have the Cleveland Indians on the road against the Baltimore Orioles. The Indians minus 111, over under 8.5. Then at 6:05, as you have a bunch of games here at 6:05, the Washington Nationals taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies minus 111, over under is at 7. Then at 6:07 p.m., 2 minutes later, Central Time, you have the Houston Astros taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays minus 130 at home, over under 8.5 as Zach Greinke is going for the Astros. And then our final game we'll talk about here, Kyle, is the Los Angeles Dodgers at 6:20 Central Time taking on the Atlanta Braves. The Dodgers minus 130 on the road. The over-under is at 9. So Kyle, out of those 5 games, where are you looking to put that money here on Friday, June 4th?
I got a couple plays here. So in the Indians-Orioles game, my book basically has them as a pick 'em. I know that's what yours is pretty close to as well. I like the Indians here. I think that they're starting this Giancarlo Mejia, and he had 3 scoreless appearances that he's done in relief. Now they're moving him to the starting position. So I think he's going to have a really good outing as a starter again. So I like the Indians here. Money line. In that Phillies-Nationals game, the Nationals got Max Scherzer on the mound, and the Phillies have Zach Wheeler, both pretty solid ERA. So I like, where's it at? Oh, here you go. I like the under 7.
Okay.
Here, I think that these 2 pitchers are going to do a really good job as far as that goes. In the Astros-Blue Jays game, I like a no-run first inning.
There we go.
Exactly. You got to have one, right?
Yes.
With Zach Greinke and Jin Ryu on the mound, I think those 2 are going to start off really solid. So I like a no-run first inning in that game. And then in the Dodgers-Braves game, I only got the Dodgers at minus 130 with Julio Urias on the mound, which I think is ridiculous. So I'm going to take the Dodgers money line.
All right. I like it. The Braves have Ian Anderson going. He's 4-2, a 3.27 ER there on the other side for the Braves. So my couple plays here. I also like the Indians here. The Orioles 8-19 at home, while the Indians are 16-12 on the road and 14-12, I believe, at home. So again, pretty much a pick 'em. I like that action there. The Orioles don't play. Obviously, the Orioles are pretty bad, but they don't play well at home. So I like the Indians here. I thought they maybe be a little heavier of a favorite, but if I can get them right at a pick 'em, I will gladly take that here for one of my plays in today's game, June 4th for Friday. In this Nationals-Phillies game, Kyle, I like Scherzer. He's 5-1 with a 2.63 ERA in his last 8 career starts with the Nationals at Philadelphia. The Phillies obviously blasted the Reds 17-3 in their last game. That was back on Tuesday, though. The Phillies have been idle since then, so they could be a little rusty. So I'm going to roll with Scherzer here, 5-1 in his last 8 starts against the Phillies at Philadelphia. So I'm going to roll with the money there and take the road team in the Washington Nationals and Max Scherzer. I also like the under here. Kyle went with a no-run first inning, I believe, in this Houston-Toronto game. I like the under 8.5. 2 solid pitchers going with pretty low ERAs, so 8.5 seems like a lot of runs. I think this is going to go under the total there, and those are my 3 plays for the 5 games that we just went over there. So, Kyle, the next 5 games that we have here, we have, of course, the Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Texas Rangers. The Rays minus 130. Over-under is at 8. Josh Fleming for the Rays. Kyle Gibson, 3-0, a 2.24 ERA for the Rangers. At 7:10 Central, you have the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Brewers. The Brewers, pretty heavy juice here, minus 203, over-under 8.5. Then you have the Detroit Tigers taking on the Chicago White Sox. Both Kyle and I cashed on that yesterday. White Sox minus 1.5. It got close early. I think the White Sox went up 2-0. Then it was 2-1, but then they ended up winning 4-1, so we cashed on that. White Sox here, minus 153 with Dallas Keuchel on the mound. Over-under is at 8.5. Then at 7:10 Central, you have the Twins taking on the Royals. The Royals minus 121. Over-under is at 9.5. In the last game here, Kyle, before we take a break, is the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Los Angeles Cardinals. That's not right. The St. Louis Cardinals minus 135. Over-under 8.5. So, Kyle, out of those 5 games, what do you like here?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to take the White Sox money line here. I'm not going to take them run line because Spencer Turnbull's been playing really, really well for the Tigers, but I do think the White Sox can pull it off tonight. So I like the White Sox money line here. I also like, where's that? Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Like the over 8.5 for this Reds and Cardinals game because Luis Castillo has a 7.22 ERA and this Kwang Hyun Kim for the Cardinals is a 3.65. They're both have really, really high ERA. So I like the over there. And then the last game I have in this Rays and Rangers game, I like the Rays here. I think Josh Fleming is going to pull it off. I think Kyle Gibson, he is 3-0, but that's a fairly small sample size considering he's been on the injured list for a while here. So I like the Rays money line as well. So those would be my 3 plays.
All right. Awesome. I'm on a couple of the same plays here for that Kyle is on. I also like the Rays. Kyle Gibson, obviously the former Twin, going against Josh Fleming, 5-3 with a 2.98 ERA. The Rays, 21-8 on the road, excuse me. I thought they'd be a little higher than a minus 130 favorite, but I'll gladly take them. So that's my play there. I'll take Rays money line on the road against the Rangers. And like we said, we have the Tigers at the Chicago White Sox. We cashed yesterday with the White Sox minus 1.5. But Spencer Turnbull, obviously the no-hitter, and he's no joke either. In his last 3 starts against the White Sox, he hasn't been great, but he's played pretty well this season as well. So I'm actually going to drink a little juice, or not drink a little juice, but I'm going to take the Tigers here. And nice little value pick. We'll see if they can cash against the White Sox. Again, 2 solid pitchers. When that's happening, I think if you can take the underdog and roll with one of the solid pitchers, I think you can do all right. So I'm going to go with a little value pick here and take the Tigers over the White Sox here in this one against Turnbull and Dallas Keuchel. And then I like the Royals too, and the over actually. I lean the over in this time slot. The Twins bringing out, who are they bringing out here? They are bringing out Matt Shoemaker, 2-6, a 5.90 ERA against Brad Keller, 5-4, a 5.68 ERA. So I like the Royals here, minus 121, and kind of lean the over 9.5 runs. And my final play here, Kyle, in this, I like the Cardinals too. Luis Castillo is 1-8 this season, not great. So I know you drink a little juice. It's a little square pick too with the Cardinals, but I think they can get it done. And there we go. We failed. timer off. Just got to make sure we're good. All right, we're back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that little low internet connection here for Friday. It must think it must know it's Friday, Kyle. It just wants to shut us down early here.
I guess so. They want us to get folks on the weekend at the moment.
Yeah. So all right, we left off here with a couple of my plays here. Like I said, I like the Royals in this time slot, and then I like the Cardinals too. Luis Castillo 1-8 in his last 9 games here, so I'm going to roll with the Cardinals here as well. In the last 5 games here, Kyle, we have, of course, we have the Oakland Athletics taking on the Colorado Rockies. The A's minus 125 on the road. The over-under is at 11. Then we have the Seattle Mariners taking on the Los Angeles Angels. The Angels, a big favorite here, minus 172. The over-under is 9. Then we have the Cubs and Giants. No line out yet, it looks like at my book, as the Giants are still undecided as who they're going to throw out there. But the Cubs are rolling with Jake Arrieta, 5-5, 4.41. ERA. Then you have the New York Mets taking on the San Diego Padres. Blake Snell on the mound for the Padres, 1-2, a 5.5 ERA. Padres, the biggest favorite of the day, I believe, minus 190, and the over-under is at 7. So, Kyle, out of those 5 games, what are you looking at here?
You know, this Mets-Padres game is catching my eye because I can't believe that the Padres are the biggest favorite because Blake Snell hasn't been Blake Snell this year.
He has not, no.
He's 1-2, 5.55 ERA. I mean, he's still one of the best pitchers in the league, but he's just not on a great start right now. So absolutely a value move for me is Mets money line.
All right.
Until Blake Snell can prove that he's back to being Blake Snell again. I like the Mets money line. That's an absolute value move, throwing a unit or 2 units on that. And I like the Angels here. You know, Shohei Ohtani had a really, really solid start the last time he played, but then he gave up like 3 home runs in the 6th inning or something like that, or 3 runs, one of the 2. So I like Shohei Ohtani to come out tonight and be a lot better than what he was. So I like the Angels money line here as well. So those would be my 2 plays for those games.
Sounds good. I also have 2 plays here in the Mariners and Angels games. I'm going to roll with the Angels, minus 1.5 on that run line, plus 105. I like that. And I lied. I have 3 plays here. I like the Rockies, plus money, plus 110. They're 6-0 in their last 6 home games there, Kyle. So I like them over the A's. And in this Mets-Padres game, yeah, very interesting. Blake Snell kind of struggled this season, 1-2. Not his best ERA of his career going so far this season. So I'm actually going to take the Mets on the run line. Yeah, you have to drink a little juice, but I'll take them plus 1.5. And those will be my 3 plays in that time slot there in a couple late games here in the MLB for Friday, June 4th. So there we go. As we 2 WNBA games, Kyle, and finally we have some lines out. Obviously, we had 3 games yesterday. The Aces and Liberty. That was an interesting game. I live bet the Liberty late in the 4th quarter. They're like plus 250. They were down 3. They ended up getting outscored in the last 5 minutes, like 12-2 or something. And they were 8.5 point underdogs. They ended up losing by 12 points. So tough one there as the Liberty lose at home. But the Aces again, the Liberty were without some post players, and the Aces kind of took care of business there with Liz Cambridge and Aja Wilson. Is it Aja or is it Asia Wilson? I can't remember.
I think it's Aja.
Okay, is it? All right. She's really, really good. She had like 34 points, just a dominant player, a couple rebounds, a couple assists, a couple blocks too. So she's a really good player. And the Aces are playing some really good basketball right now. So Kyle, we have 2 WNBA games, of course. We have the Atlanta Dream taking on the Minnesota Lynx. I have my Lynx jersey on, jersey, I should say, on yesterday. I should have wore it today, but the Lynx, minus 6.5. This line opened up at Minnesota, minus 4. It's now all the way up to 6.5, and the over-under has actually dropped 2 points to 160.5. And then we have the Dallas Wings taking on the Seattle Storm. The Seattle Storm opened up minus 12.5. They've dropped now down to minus 9.5, and the over-unders jumped to 1.5 at 170.5. So, Kyle, out of these 2 games, what do we like here for Friday, June 4th in the WNBA?
I'm kind of surprised the Dream are favorites here by 6.5. They're playing good basketball right now. Yeah. 4-2 on the year. Lynx really aren't playing that good of basketball. I know they're at home right now, but I'm surprised that the Lynx are the favorite here. So I like the Dream plus 6.5. I also like the money line. I think a plus 200 money line just throwing a unit on that, I'll get you 2. So I like that a lot. And like I said, until they prove me wrong, I'm always betting against Dallas. Bring back my girl Megan Gustafson, and we'll talk again. But I like the Seattle Storm, Brianna Stewart -9.5. So those will be my 2 plays for those games.
I like it. I'm also on both sides there. I like the road underdogs here. The Dream are 4-2 ATS, while Minnesota is just 1-4 ATS this season. So I'm going to roll with the Atlanta Dream as well. I'm not going to be as bold as Kyle and sprinkle the money line there, but I'll take them ATS and see what we can happen there. And this other game, I like Dallas. They're 3-3 ATS. They've been playing. They're really, really young, but they've been playing some solid basketball this season. Seattle just 3-4 ATS. So I'm going to roll with both the underdogs here. I like the Dallas Wings +9.5, and I like the Atlanta Dream +6.5, and maybe a little parlay action. We'll see if we can parlay those WNBA underdogs here on Friday, June 4th. So there's our plays for the WNBA, Kyle. Gotta love it.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else, Kyle, you want to touch on before we get everybody off into the weekend?
No, I don't think so. I know we probably won't have a show this weekend, but there's some good games this weekend too to kind of look out for, and look at our Twitter and stuff like that to get all our plays for the weekend in that regard. But I just think it's a great time to bet. So absolutely get on it early before lines change.
Absolutely. We'll see everybody on Monday. Again, follow the Coda Capper Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, of course, at Coda Cappers. You can find me and my best bets here today and Saturday and Sunday. We have the Logan Paul fight. We have some horse racing on Saturday. Going to be a big weekend here. As Kyle shakes his head. Kyle, do you have a play on that Logan Paul-Floyd Mayweather fight?
Floyd Mayweather first round knockout.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
They might go longer just for entertainment purposes, but people who are betting on Logan Paul are dumb.
Now I'm going to feel bad giving out my pick, Kyle.
I don't get it. Floyd Mayweather's undefeated. He's faced some of the best boxers in the world. Hell, he beat McGregor.
Yep.
And you're telling me that some YouTube star named Logan Paul is gonna knock out Floyd Mayweather? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and this is Logan Paul's first boxing fight match. Is that correct? I think, right?
Yeah, because Jake Paul is the one that's been doing a bunch of fighting too. But I can't believe that people and if you're betting on Logan Paul, I mean, be my guest, give the money to whatever casino you're going to. But, I mean, they might make it go longer just for the entertainment purposes, but Floyd's winning that fight.
All right, you heard it here first. Kyle is all over Floyd. I don't know. I thought about just because Logan Paul is such a huge underdog, just like sprinkling, 0.2 units on it or something like a knockout. Like B-Russ always said, all it takes is one punch, Kyle. One punch, that's all it takes.
Yeah, for Logan Paul to get knocked out.
Exactly. So there we go. Of course, you can follow the network, like I said, at Coda Cappers for everybody's favorite bets today, tomorrow, and of course on Sunday. And we'll see everybody back on Monday. Kyle, thanks again, and have a great weekend.
Yep. Let's have a day. Let's have a weekend.